I don't know. Are you going to monitor the YouTube there, Earl?
Me?
Yeah,
I
you.
can check it. Why do I need to monitor it?
Well, in case somebody messages. You don't have to.
I don't give a shit if they message us. They can message us on a normal way, right?
Sure. Yeah. You're listening to the LeRoy Earl Pre-Show. We're getting ready to go live on the Strange Label in about less than 1 minute.
I got pretty fast internet, but I don't like to bog it down with like monitoring YouTube. Plus, we got 2 people streaming now.
True.
Probably Ryan down there doing some shit, some porno shit or something.
Right. HD.
HD Dad's in there watching jet videos, jet sounds.
Yep. All right. I'm going to do it. Here we go.
LeRoy, you sound nervous. What the fuck?
I'm fine.
I'm going to do it, boys and
I'm
ladies and
doing
gentlemen.
it. I'm trying to not forget anything. I always forget something. Okay, going live right now.
Gonna do it right now. Here it goes.
Shut up.
Who is that?
Yeah, who was that?
Previously, on the LeRoy and Earl show.
Hey, Father James, if you don't mind, I got a question for you. Have you ever sent out a dick pic? Now, it doesn't have to be girls. It could have been little boys, but just in general, have you sent out a dick?
It's funny you would mention that. I was listening to your show earlier, and you brought up the pigeon thing. Now, I didn't do a pigeon thing, but I did something similar when I was in Vietnam. You all know I was in Vietnam there. We had Polaroids back then. I did take a picture of my meat, and I strapped it to the back of a donkey and slapped its ass, and it took off into the village there.
You're kidding me, right?
No, dead serious. Took off into the village. So I don't have any confirmation that a young Vietnamese girl saw it, but somebody saw it. Somebody had to have seen it. You know what I mean? So.
You're listening to the LeRoy and Earl Show. It's the Unbeknownst Tuna podcast.
You're listening to the LeRoy and Earl Show. Now here is your hosts. LeRoy and Earl Mustate.
All right, welcome to the LeRoy and Earl Show. This is LeRoy.
And I'm Earl.
And you are listening to the Adult Cartoon of Podcasts. We're live on the Strange Label Podcast Network every week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Earl, how the hell are you?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm kind of nervous tonight, man.
What are you nervous about?
I'm anxious because we are interviewing. We got an interview to do. I don't know if you knew anything about it.
I did not. I do see on the YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, I see there's a third person on the show. I didn't know anything about it.
Yep, she's here for the three-way. Her name is, well, we might as well introduce her. Is that okay?
I see her name there on the YouTube screen. It's already up there.
Yeah, what's that?
Tuna, is that correct?
Tuna, is that correct?
That's what's up there. I mean...
Tuna, are you here for the three-way thing?
Tuna's an unfortunate nickname. That's not my real name, but we'll go with that for today.
Okay, we'll get to why you're called Tuna here in a minute, but what specifically about the Craigslist ad that I posted on back pages?
Whoa.
What
Craigslist ad?
I put a Craigslist ad on back pages for a third host, a third person.
No,
join our fun and games.
You did not say anything about a host. What you said was that you and your friend needed a girl to be your third.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's so, you answered the ad, Tuna. I see Tuna on there.
And this is not at all what I was expecting when I came over today, so.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Well, what the hell were you
expecting? What is it? Is it because LeRoy is black?
Well, you didn't say anything about doing this on the internet.
A little freaky deaky.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. We do this once a week. We're going to require you to do this once a week, Tuna. You're going to have to be okay with LeRoy being black. It took me a little bit to get over it, but And then, we're gonna ask you to do some weird things from time to time, which I thought you said you were completely okay with. And
For the most part, but this is a little weirder than what I expected, but okay.
Well, I'm confused. Now, number one, I knew nothing about this. Nothing, which... What? What are you looking at? This is Ricky Dixon, our intern. What are you looking at?
I think he pulled a Leroy on you. Mr. Earl pulled a Leroy.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's what you did. This is exactly what you did when you hired Skylar.
Well, kind of, except Earl knew about it. I didn't even know...
Well, no, we didn't make the decision together.
But we haven't even talked about getting another co-host, have we?
We did too. We were doing it. What was it? A couple years ago, we started trying to look for a new co-host.
Right, a couple years ago.
Well,
not
we're still on
recently.
the hunt. We haven't found one yet.
Well,
So I went on to the back page. See, this is what I get for trying to work on this show on the rest of the days that we're not actually doing live show. I try to go out there, put some effort in. I get on back pages. I figured that's a good spot to start because for some reason there's always women on there. And, I got a hold of Tuna here. I got her here for an interview, and now you're giving me a hard time.
Okay. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. But I'm a little bit flustered.
I think Mr. Leroy is up fighting on it.
What?
He's trying to.
What'd he say?
I think Mr. Leroy is trying to say that he's confused.
I think I already said I'm confused, jackass. It sounds like she thought she was replying to something completely different than being a co-host on a podcast. And I am very curious as to what the hell she thought she was replying to.
All the ad said was that he needed a girl to be him and his friend needed a girl to be their third. And next thing I know, he's contacting me, telling me to show up. I took the afternoon off. I shaved from the neck down. Like, this is not at all what I was expecting to get into tonight. So whatever.
I'm
down for it.
starting to sense.
Why did she shave to come onto a radio show? I don't get it.
Because I didn't think I was coming on a radio show.
Yeah, I'm starting to think she thought it was going to be a threesome. Like sex.
What?
Like a sexual thing.
I would never have sex with you, Leroy.
Well, she didn't know who your friend was. Maybe it was another girl, or maybe you're bi.
Well, if that's what you were thinking, Tuna, shame on you. You better look somewhere else besides the back
filthy
page.
whore mouth.
And we're willing to give you a chance here. We'd be interested in hearing about your line of work one of these days. But we got a show to do, and maybe if you could just stick around, would that be okay?
That's fine.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right, this is the Leroy and Earl Show. You're tuned into the Adult Cartoon Podcast. It's also been called, and I'm afraid to say this, but I'm just going to say it. We've been accused of racism. Finally, someone's accused us of something, for real. And we've been accused of doing the equivalent of audio blackface.
Now, when you say we, you mean you, right, Leroy?
Well, yes. Yes. It's we.
Well, you're black. How do you get accused of racism? I thought you couldn't be accused of racism.
I think some people watch us on YouTube.
Well, they're racist.
God damn it, there's a fly in here.
Yeah, you're saying that. What are they saying? I don't get it.
They're saying that we're doing audio blackface. Do you know what blackface is?
Like where the person paints their face black?
Yes. Hold on. Before we go any further, I need to say that this show is brought to you... What? Why are you looking at me?
Because you said I could do the commercial.
Earl, is that okay?
Yes.
Go ahead, do the commercial.
This show...
Not so close to the mic. God.
This show is brought to you by www.discountfeelies.com. If you need felt up, you can get it at Discount.
Hey, what? That's not the
You messed
commercial.
it up, man.
I thought it would be funny.
You're an asshole. Back off.
It's discountwheelies.com.
It's discountwheelies.com. That's our sponsor, who gave away a bike last week. That was pretty cool.
Which got royally effed up.
What did?
Not the giving it away part, but I mean, we didn't. I wasn't here last week, so
Well, we
it
had
was
some
effed up.
technical difficulties, but the show went out audio-wise just fine. It's on Strange Label, no problem. It's just
Did you guys stream the giveaway?
not on video, but on audio we did.
Okay, well, god damn it.
Sorry, man. It was Ricky's fault. He screwed it up.
Well, yeah, everything's Ricky's fault.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. Getting back to the audio blackface. Oh, and also, you can give us a call at 330-474-9833 if you want to be on the Leroy and Earl Show with Leroy and Earl and our special guest Tuna, who is where are you from, by the way?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Oh, we know people in Pennsylvania. We have shift heads in Pennsylvania. The face of Dave out there in Pennsylvania. 330-474-9833. So anyway, we've been accused of audio blackface. Now, that is, people
I'm still confused what you mean. Like, what are they saying you're doing?
because back in the racist days, when black people weren't allowed to be actors, white people would paint their face black if they were going to play the part of a black person. It's like the ultimate racist kick in the nuts kind of thing, saying black people can't be actors, so we're gonna have white
So they
people
think
do it.
you're painting your face black.
It's audio blackface. So I'm pretending to be a black person. Although, obviously, any black person can have a podcast. I'm not keeping a black person from
Well, you're
being on
not
a show.
pretending, though. That's the thing.
Well, I don't understand that. People keep saying I'm white, but whatever.
Well, you're
Yes.
light-skinned, kind of like Michael Jackson,
I
but
was-
that's racist in
Right.
itself.
And I was raised by white people. So what? So what? I was raised by white people.
Whatever. Who cares what other people think, man? We're just going to do our show and be ourselves, man.
That's right. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, anyways, who do we have for an interview this week?
Nobody. We got Tuna here.
We got Tuna. Okay,
We got
Tuna,
Tuna.
tell us about the backstory. Did you get that name on Backpages, or how did that name come about?
It was just a favorite food. It has nothing to do with Backpage or anything.
Ricky, Ricky, isn't
disgusting.
that your favorite food?
I think no, it's not really tuna. I like macaroni cheese. I'll throw tuna in it. And guess what? You know what, lesbian?
No jokes right now.
You said I could tell a joke.
Not right now.
What do
No?
lesbians use for potpourri?
What?
What do lesbians use for potpourri?
What do lesbians use for potpourri?
Tartar sauce?
Open can of tuna. You should see that.
That one. You should see that one coming.
I didn't even get it. Okay, so tell us a
open
little bit
can of
more
tuna.
about. Shut up, Ricky.
You better shut
Tell
up,
us a little
Rick.
more about yourself there, Tuna. How old are you? You're from Pennsylvania. Do you work?
Yes. I'm an accountant. I'm 33. From Pennsylvania, like you said.
Do you own a car or anything, or how do you get to work?
Yes, I have a Subaru Forester.
You have a Super Forester?
Subaru Forester.
Oh, that's such a Pennsylvania thing to have. That reminds me of like Harry and the Hendersons and stuff. Okay, so you're an accountant. Can you care to elaborate on that a little bit? What do you account for?
Money.
Money? You count money? Okay.
Do accountants account for anything other than money?
Well, I just meant like what line of business? Like they have all kind of things like artwork, government agencies.
Oh, okay. No, I work for a coal mine.
Oh yeah, you're that
Whoa,
girl in
whoa,
the
whoa.
accounting office in the coal mine, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's I barely recognize you without the soot all over you.
You guys work at the same place?
I didn't even recognize her. Usually she's got blackface from all the soot.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch your racist.
No, man, I'm talking about from the coal. Because it's dusty in there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that's
You are a
cool.
racist.
So you guys work at the same place and you never met, and you just coincidentally put out a Craigslist ad, and here she is.
Well, we've met.
But you didn't
but
know it was her.
We didn't realize it.
Huh.
Why, just first time I saw her without soot. Well, anyway, so you work at the coal mines in Pennsylvania. I live here in Akron, and also work in the coal mines in Pennsylvania. I commute every day.
Wow.
Just on the border, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well-
Anyways, how's the weather out there?
Are
We're
you?
in the same place right now.
Yeah, she said she's from Pennsylvania. She didn't say she was in Pennsylvania.
I'm freaking confused.
Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, this is your deal, dude.
This
Figure
isn't
it
my
out.
deal.
It is your deal. I didn't even know this person was coming on the show. It's a good thing I didn't have a guest tonight. We have too much going on. But you can still call us at 330-474-9833.
Oh my God. This delay, man. Hey, Tuna, do you have any questions for any of us? LeRoy, Ricky, Earl? You realize this is live, right?
I do realize that. I don't have any questions yet. I'm still dumbfounded.
Right.
Like I said, I'm confused
She
as to
wasn't
what's going on
prepared.
here.
She wasn't prepared to come onto a podcast, but she was prepared to have sex. So she doesn't have any questions. Hello, Earl. Earth to
I'm Earl.
Earl. Jeez. Look like you're,
I'm trying to figure everything out that just happened.
it's like you're staring off into space.
Okay, well, anyways, let's get into the. What do you got in store for us tonight? Besides, or did you just plan on looking at each other and talking?
Well, Saul Gorman said he had some really interesting he wanted to talk to us about, so he'll be calling in a little bit. You can call the show at 330-474-9833 if you'd like to talk to us, or I could play this for you right now. Check this out.
Come on, Ricky.
What the hell?
What the hell? Yeah, what the hell?
Never mind. I'm sorry about that. It was a funny bit, right? And I plugged it's on. Somebody messaged me this funny thing. It's hilarious because it's weird, but for some reason it only played the music and not the voice. So that sucks.
Oh, anyways,
I'll try again.
I figured we could probably discuss a little bit of news topics because there's a lot going on in the world today, lately here.
All right.
Unless you actually had something planned, which I kind of doubt.
No. I mean, like I said, Saul Gorman's got something interesting he said he wants to talk to us about.
Roll the news footage.
Roll that news footage there, Ricky. All right. This is the LeRoy and Earl Show News, brought to you tonight by Twisted Tea and Gurkha Cigars. Get yourself a great cigar and a Twisted Tea, relax, and I'm going to dry smoke this one right now while Earl Lima State gives you the news of the week. Go ahead, take it, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Earl Lima State, and I'm going to give you a little bit of briefing on how this is going to work. I'm going to read one news article while LeRoy searches for the next news article. And then I'm going to search while he's reading that one. Tuna, feel free to chime in and show us what you got. How's that sound, guys?
Well,
Great.
I didn't really want to do anything. I'm kidding. I'll do it.
I need your help here, okay, since you had nothing planned. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said Tuesday, speaking of blackface, that she could not offer a guarantee, quote unquote, that the president has never been recorded using the N-word. Well, I can almost guarantee that he has been recorded using the N-word. But guess what? I also almost guarantee that he doesn't give a shit. I can't guarantee anything, Sanders said when asked to rule out such a recording as this. Just translate what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not a very good reader. I can tell you that the president addresses this question directly. I can tell you I have never heard it. I can tell you if myself or the people in this building serving this beautiful country every single day, doing our very best to help the people across the country, blah, 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 at this point felt that the president was see, they can't spell either, so this doesn't work out too well. If at any point we felt that the president was who some of his critics claim him to be, oh, that's genius, we certainly wouldn't be here, okay? So basically, what they're saying is the president's called a lot of names, and they work closely with him, and they don't believe it. But let's see here. What did Donald J. Trump tweet out here on his official tweet? At Mark Burnett TV called to say that there are no tapes of The Apprentice where I use such a terrible and disgusting word as attributed to by wacky and deranged Amorosa, whoever that is. I don't have that word in my vocabulary and never have.
That's a
She
lie.
made it up. Look at her many requests, recent quotes saying blah, blah, whatever. Point is, do you believe him or not?
No, hell no. Everybody's used the N-word. Everybody.
Yeah, I'm surprised he would even get on there and say that, because he probably used it and don't even remember.
That's ridiculous. I mean, to say I don't use it is one thing. To say I never used it
It's
is...
not in my vocabulary, and it might not be in his vocabulary,
Well,
but
that could be true, yeah.
everybody's used it. Now, I don't mean you use it in a derogatory way. Tuna, what is your stance on that? I mean, I guess we're about to find out. We're going to get right into it here. How do you feel about Trump saying he did never use the N-word and it's not in his vocabulary and you'll never find a recording of it?
Maybe it's not recorded or they can't find it, but he's definitely said it. Out of all the nasty things that have come out of his mouth, do you think that's the one thing he's not going to say? He said it.
Now, do you think he's a racist?
I heard him say grab by a nigger pussy.
What?
What?
Ricky!
Ricky?
I did. I heard him say it.
Ricky,
He said
no.
that.
Watch
did
your
not.
mouth, Ricky.
Ricky. Rick. No, come back here. He's walking away. Come back over here. He said grab him by the pussy. He never said the N-word.
I'm sorry. I thought he said the N-word with it. Because he likes...
Rick.
Yeah, what? What?
You can't say that in front of black people, man.
What? Miss LeRoy don't care.
I actually don't care, but I tried.
I
he's-
think I got a feeling that Tuna might be a leftist, a lefty.
Why? Why would you say that? She
I
said
don't know.
the same
I said
thing I
something about
did.
Trump just a minute ago, and I don't know if you were watching the YouTube, but the look on her face was like, oh my gosh.
I did not, because I'm producing the show, so I didn't see that.
I try to remain neutral, but that man pushes me a little farther over to the left than I normally care to be.
Says the girl who thought she was coming to an orgy.
Wow.
Okay. Well, what news do you have for us there, LeRoy?
I have some sad news to report.
Uh-huh.
The Italian port city of Genoa began 2 official days of mourning on Wednesday amid an urgent search for survivors of the catastrophic bridge collapse that has claimed at least 39 lives, including 3 children. Have you heard about this?
Well, other than just scrolling through the news here, no.
Yep, this happened the other day. A major, what I guess we would call a highway or interstate bridge just fell. And it was a huge span. Looked like quarter mile, just boom, just collapsed.
That
And,
that happens often, don't you think?
It's, well, I mean, it doesn't happen as often as you know, as many bridges as there are in the world, if you think
Right,
about
but
it.
I mean, I remember one happened here in America, and granted, it might have been 10 years ago, but
Well,
shouldn't
it has-
happen at all.
It hasn't been 10 years. It's been about a year ago when a walkway bridge in Florida collapsed, brand new, it wasn't even open yet, killing multiple people. We had one 10 years ago in Minnesota that collapsed, killing several people. So, but yeah, this was pretty devastating, and our hearts go out to the people of Italy. And what?
I think I got a joke about it.
No jokes about the bridge collapse. It's way too soon. Wait till next week.
Okay, next week.
So yeah, that's
Do you think it's because here's what I feel like's happening? Like they know that this judge, they know that this bridge needs repaired or this building needs repaired, but they're not going to repair it until somebody gets jacked up or killed.
Well, I
Or
don't
do you
know if
think
that's
they had
always
no
the
clue?
case. I mean, I don't know the. If you're watching YouTube right now, I'm scrolling through some of these terrible pictures, devastating pictures. I haven't read the full story yet. Obviously, it's not even out yet. Whether it was an ongoing problem. Apparently they had a huge storm, like a flash flood, and it oh my gosh, it took out one of the pillars, I guess, and then it just started falling like dominoes.
Well, that's okay. That's a disaster that happened, a natural disaster. But a lot of them that have happened in America they just collapse now. You know, that just, to me, it's like they had to have known that would have happened.
Well, I mean, we're just humans, you know, people doing their jobs, and some people don't do their jobs. You know what I mean?
Exactly, my point.
So there's a picture, if you're watching on YouTube right now, of a box truck. This guy's the luckiest guy in the world. He just stopped short of going over the edge. It's crazy.
Man, did you imagine that? Like, that's everybody's fear when they drive over a bridge. I don't care who you are.
Right.
Is this thing going to collapse right now, or am I going to get in a wreck and get launched over the side of the bridge? And to be the guy that was in the box truck that was hanging on the edge, he shit and pissed himself, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do we know what kind of company it was? What kind of box truck?
I can't see. It's in Italian, so I can't.
I don't know if you've heard this coming out of New Mexico. A judge stunned America by releasing a compound suspect, all the compound suspects out on bail. A New Mexico judge has granted bail to 5 adults suspected of setting up an Islamic extremist compound in the state, igniting backlash and outrage through the nation. Have you heard about this?
I have not.
Tuna, have you heard about this?
I did, and I saw some pictures. It is absolutely disgusting what they were doing with those children.
I did not see the picture, so elaborate a little bit here. New Mexico Judge Sarah Buckus, I wonder if that's related to Dick.
Yeah,
Is it Dick?
We sent out a dick pic this week of Dick Buckus.
Anyway, Sarah Buckus, Dick's cousin or whatever, released the suspects on a signature bond, meaning they didn't even have to pay the $20,000 bail money, after she apparently determined that the prosecutors did not present clear and convincing evidence that they were a threat to the community. Really?
Wow. So terrorism is not a clear evidence.
It's not a clear threat, apparently.
Yeah,
Training
apparently
kids to be terrorists is not clearly a threat. The judge appears to have entirely disregarded the fact that a dead toddler, oh man, a dead toddler was found on the premises. Prosecutors have argued that Siraj Ibn Wahaj, whatever,
terrorist,
the son of Brooklyn, New York, based radical. My brain doesn't work. I can't even read English, let alone Islamic or Arabic. Anyways, killed his own son while attempting to perform a fundamentalist ritual on him.
Oh, well, that's fine. That's one less terrorist to deal with.
Yeah, actually, he was helping us out, right? There we go. Anyways, the ritual appears to have represented an attempt to fulfill an apocalyptic radical Islamic prophecy that has been popularized by jihadist groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. An FBI agent testified that Wahaj was trying to reincarnate his son as the Muslim version of Jesus so that he could lead violent attacks on corrupt institutions such as schools and banks. Yeah, not a threat at all. He's not crazy.
No. I mean, the only upside is, he's not going to be raising a little terrorist.
Tuna, did you say you've seen something nasty or some pictures or something?
Well, I heard about the little boy who died, but earlier I also heard that they were training children to use assault rifles because they wanted to have more school shootings, like you just said.
Wow.
What the fuck, man?
This is the Adult Cartoon Podcast. We're here to have a good time.
Son of a bitch!
That's why we stopped doing the news, man.
Yeah, that's a problem. On a lighter note, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders declined to answer questions about the number of black staffers working in the White House on Wednesday, saying only the administration values diversity. The comments followed a heated back and forth between President Trump and former public liaison director Omasar Nanagolty Newman, who was fired from the administration in December and who has recently been making the rounds to promote her new book, Unhinged, an insider's account of the Trump White House. Omarosa was the highest... I thought that was a singer. Omarosa? Anyway.
Omarosa? That's a drink, I think.
Yeah.
No, Omarosa was on The Apprentice.
Oh, okay. Well, didn't she get fired by Trump? She got fired by him twice?
Yes.
Wait, is she black?
Yes.
Yes. So, Omarosa was the highest-ranking African-American staffer in the White House. No staffer had been appointed at that level since her absence, a reporter asked Wednesday. Can you tell us exactly how many African-Americans there are in this building? Is it a priority for the administration to reflect the diversity of the country? What kind of question is that? How many black people are here? You know,
I mean, if you're black, raise your hand,
raise your
please.
hand. Everybody raise your hand. Sanders responded by dodging the question entirely. Okay. Now, I'm sure that's not exactly how it went. But anyway, she said, as I addressed yesterday, we value diversity, not just at the White House, but throughout the entire administration, and we're going to continue trying to diversify this staff, she said. We have a large number of diverse staffers from various backgrounds, both race, religion, and gender. Pressed again for an exact number. Sanders threw the question back to the press. I'm not going to do a count the same way I'm not going to do a sit-down and count up the number of black staffers that are in your news organization, she said. Good job. So, yeah. Wow.
This is it, man. This is what makes you a leftist or a rightist. Whether you think we should hire a certain amount of racial, a certain amount of blacks because of the color to make it reflect whatever, or you hire based on skill, and that's what I think. That's a big deal. Like, and I don't think they're totally wrong for wanting to do that. I think we should reflect, and we should try to look for people of color, but you shouldn't get an unfair advantage.
I agree.
Is that non-racial? Try to make it non-racial?
Well, I've always thought affirmative action should reflect the population. So, considering this is the White House, this is Washington, D.C., this is America, there should be the same percentage or close African Americans working in the White House as there is in the nation. So, if there's 12% African Americans in the country, which I picked that number, I have no idea. There should be at least 12% working in the White House, right?
Maybe, yeah, and I could see that on a bit larger scale, but look at a city like Chicago or Akron or Cleveland, where you're probably 50-50, if not less white than black. Yet a lot of those people live in poverty and for whatever reason, I'm not trying to get into that, but aren't qualified or don't push themselves to don't apply. You know what I mean? So when you don't have the candidates to qualify, you don't have them. I mean, it's not a racial thing. I mean, we try to make it a racial thing, but when it comes down to it, you got to have skills, you got to have respect, and you got to work hard like everybody else.
Right, I agree.
It's just like not even about race. Women, I mean, now this might fire you up there, Tuna, but I don't believe if if a woman can't, I don't think a woman can lift as much as a man. You know what I mean? I think women can do other things that men can't, but I don't think we're equal. I think we're different. Is Tuna
Do you
still
want to
here?
go have a weight? I'm here. Do you want to go have a weightlifting competition? I'm pretty damn strong, man.
You're a pretty damn strong man.
I'm pretty
You
damn
said
strong.
nothing. Wait a minute.
Man.
Okay, so I'm not saying you're not, but I'm just saying, in general, are men stronger than women?
In general, yes, I'll give you that. But
Okay, well, yeah, that's
women
all I'm
also have a tendency to play the shrinking violet, like, depend on a man to do things for them when they could do it themselves if they just put their minds to it.
That is true, but I would say the same thing for men, you know? When my girlfriend's around, I'm like, yeah, you're the best cook. I don't know how to cook that. I'm gonna screw it up unless you do it. And then she cooks for me and she does a wonderful job. I mean, I don't think I am as good of a cook as her. I know I'm not. So there's things that she can do that I cannot do. LeRoy, are you still there?
I am. I'm just listening to what you're saying. Yeah.
No, you're not. You don't even know what we're talking about.
You were saying that women can't lift as much weight as a man.
Which actually is starting to be not true at all, because there's like been a fad of like these strong women. Have you noticed this?
Well, it's all those roids in the meat they're eating.
Well, I feel like women are starting to take steroids and stuff, because I'm seeing some women that are getting like super strong, and I don't get it.
Well,
you said you lift real heavy weights, Tuna. Do you take steroids?
No, absolutely.
Male testosterone?
Well, so yeah. You're listening to the LeRoy and Earl Show. This is the Adult Cartoon Podcast. I am LeRoy, and here's my host, Earl State, and our special guest this evening is Tuna, who apparently Earl has put out an ad for a co-host, and she answered it, of course, thinking she was going to an orgy, a threesome, but it turned out to be a podcast. So I can't get over that. That's weird.
Now, she's not very bright. I definitely clarified in there that I needed a third female to join us. Are
you saying she's not bright, or you wanted
I'm just
someone who's
saying
not bright?
she didn't think of it correctly, because I went to back pages and I said I need a female to join us Wednesday night, right around 7 p.m. to, well, I didn't want to say on the page because I didn't want to get flagged, but do some dirty things, talk about some dirty stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm starting to see now where she might have got the wrong impression.
Okay, well, anyways.
I got something sexist I want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Unless you had something important you want to say.
Me, no, I was just going to read something a little lighthearted.
No, we're done with the news.
Does that mean we're done with the show, or what?
No. I was hoping to get a rise out of you. Everything's so chill right now. I'm chill. I'm dry smoking a big old
It's pretty
stogie.
boring.
Yeah, that's my code word for boring.
This week in odd news, a
I was
Michigan
going to say
man...
something sexist.
Well, say it then.
I don't think hot chicks are funny. I don't think a hot chick can be a funny comedian. Name one. Name a hot chick that's funny.
I think Sarah Silverman is pretty.
She ain't that funny.
But she's not funny, though, so
right.
there you go.
I said, name a hot chick that's funny. I've, in my perusing of Twitter, trying to find guests for the show, I've run across, probably a dozen super hot chicks who are legitimately trying to make it in stand-up, right? And I've gone to their YouTube and I've gone to and watched them, and they are not funny. No.
I don't know if Tuna, what your background is. I did say you did say you do funny things, but Tuna is a pretty good-looking woman, and but she hasn't really cracked any jokes yet.
She hasn't said anything funny yet, so I can see right now she's googling hot comedians. She's trying to find one. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not coming up with anything. Tina Fey is funny, but she's pretty. I wouldn't call her hot.
I'm talking about stand-up comedy. I'm not talking about being in a funny show. Okay, that's different. You know, the show that she was in, which I can't remember the name. What was the name of that show?
30 Rock.
30 Rock was a great show, and she was good in it, but she's not funny as a stand-up comedian. No, not at all. So that's, from now on, that's one of the goals of the LeRoy and Earl Show. Shift heads out there listening, message us or what. If you find a hot chick that's funny, stand-up comedy, let us know. I don't think they exist. I think hot chicks can't be funny just like they can't play pro football.
Well, do you think hot dudes can be funny? Do you know a lot of hot dudes?
I don't really judge dudes as being hot.
Maybe it's not chicks. Maybe it is pretty sexist to say that. Maybe it's men and women. If you're hot,
yeah, you could be right. When I think of the funniest, my favorite comedians, they're not attractive. So
look how unfunny Richard Gere is.
Right.
Sexiest man of the year, I'm sure.
Right.
Plenty of times.
Right. How about Channing Tatum? Not funny.
Maybe hot people just have it too easy. Like, your life has to be a little screwed up to make you funny. And maybe their lives have just been too easy because they're so good looking.
Freaking great.
Because what is it, like EMS and stuff say this all the time. They use laughter to combat what they deal with day in and out.
Right.
That is a really, really good point. Really good point. So we are about ready for a break, and after the break, Saul Gorman is actually on the line right now. He's waiting. So is it okay to take a break? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
because I'm
commandeer
going
the
to read
show.
this one last thing, and Saul can wait just a hot
Okay,
second
all right,
here.
you can wait.
I didn't want to leave everything negative because it was starting to get negative, and I don't like that. That's one thing I hated about this show years ago when we did it. But anyways, a Michigan man, now this is genius, launches Amish Uber.
Amish Uber?
Yes.
I think Amish
And-
people are prairie diggers.
Damn it, Ricky!
Ricky, shut
That's
the
the
hell
second
up.
time tonight you said that prairie. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Not prairie, buggy.
I said prairie.
Don't say the N-word again.
Anyways,
Buggy.
look out, Lyft. Move over, Uber. A southern Michigan man has launched a horse and buggy ride hauling service. Timothy Horstedler dubs his service Amish Uber, but he's not affiliated with the San Francisco-based company. A sign on the side of his buggy reads, Amish horse and buggy rides $5. Come on, man. That's not freaking Uber. Hey, I did have a genius idea today, though, because I'm in the market for a car, something cheap but not too cheap, just get around and get through the winter.
The hell
And I
you
saw a
need a car for?
limousine. I thought about how badass if you called an Uber and a limousine picked you up.
Right. That would be
Right? You
cool.
can get, I seen one for like $7,000 on there. I tell you, you can make some money on that thing.
Well, you can't charge extra.
Well, there is premium rides. You could do the premium for like leather and interior, but no, you're not going to charge extra, but you will get good ratings, and you'll be the most popular Uber driver by far, I would think. Next to the Timothy Hostedler with his Amish Uber, his horse and buggy.
Okay. All right, ready for break?
Yeah, let's break it.
All right, shift heads, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back. Uno momento, por favor.
Right now, you may be thinking, this is my chance to turn off this dumbass show. Well, you have a choice to make. One choice is an enormous world. A world that orbits a sun, with other worlds called planets, which orbits a black hole, with billions of other worlds not unlike yours. We all slowly wait to be flushed down the toilets of time. I'm not sure what my point is here, but LeRoy and Earl will be back in a minute. Just maybe the universe is telling us it's okay to laugh from time to time. After all, what does it really matter in the end?
Are we ready for swimming? Are you ready to go swimming? It's summertime. Come on, let's jump in. Come on. There you go. Let's jump in.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Leroy and Earl show. Like me, Leroy and Earl will be back. Hasta la vista, shift heads.
Don't need a credit card. Time to
What
party.
are you talking about?
You shut it down right now. Shut the shit off. Cut the music off. Cut.
What's wrong?
Well, I got something serious to say.
You interrupted the break. I mean, it was over, but
Well, fuck that break, okay? I mean, cut it out.
okay.
All right.
Everything's
I
off.
went in there and had sex with Tuna, and then we talked about some things. Okay.
Wait,
So-
whoa.
Well, you did what?
I went in there, and Tuna's got an issue. She, well, not just her, but it's us. We keep interrupting her, so she's got stories to tell, but we keep talking over her. And she wants to say something. She wants to do a news story here, but I guess we talk too much.
Well, it is our show. I mean,
Yeah, Tuna,
wait,
it
am I
is our
supposed-
show.
am I
What do you have to
supposed
say about that?
No, I didn't say you were talking over me. I said I just didn't want to interrupt you guys.
Wait a
But-
minute. Hold on a second here. Tuna, you're lying. I'm trying, but you guys are talking every time I have something to say, and I don't want to talk over you. That's
Right.
pretty much what I said, but with a mix of what you said.
Wait, I mean, I'm confused. You're in the same house?
No.
How did you?
I drove over there. I knew where she was. I knew who she is now. I drove. Don't worry about the details. But anyways, go ahead. What you were gonna say something, Tuna?
Well, I just
It's
had
you,
a.
Leroy, that keeps interrupting her, and that's the problem.
Shut up already.
I think you
All
just
right,
interrupted
she
her.
wants to get. Ricky, shut the hell up, Ricky.
I didn't say anything.
You shut your mouth, Ricky.
You're the one that's in there deep dicking her.
What?
I am. You know from the last show that I did, I'm not deep dicking anybody, Ricky. Okay?
Look, I can be quiet. I'm good.
I'm gonna be quiet too now. Tuna, if you have something to say, there's
Well,
the
I-
potential for millions of people to be listening right now. No
Potential.
Oh
pressure.
my gosh, I can't wait. I just had a lighthearted news story that I wanted to share with you guys because there were so many depressing things we were talking about. And I came across this news story that says Los Angeles police are searching for a suspect who broke into the Los Angeles Zoo and slapped a hippo on its ass. Now, they say he's a black man, and they claim to have video of this, but I'm just wondering if this is like Leroy's sex tape.
You mean Leroy and Ricky sex tape?
Yeah.
Because
They call it
Big
being
Leroy
hippo.
is a
what?
black man, and he used to be a hippo before he lost all that weight.
Yeah, it's a little confusing there.
I was doing the blackface.
You were not. That's
Yeah, very, very likely. It sounds like something Leroy would do.
it does, but it wasn't me. So, nice try. But
All right,
that's
well,
good.
hey,
Good.
Ricky and Leroy, try not to interrupt anymore.
Hey, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. Number one, I had no idea we were even doing this tonight, so I was not mentally prepared for it at all. Number two, that's it. I don't have a number two. We do have Saul Gorman on the other line. If you guys, I mean, would that be interrupting things? Should I?
Well, now,
mean-
let's try to cater to Tuna over here. We're going to put laws in everything we do, okay?
Okay. So, do you want to have a lull?
Laws in everything we do, okay?
Okay.
And that would be the point where Tuna chimes in and says something instead of just looking at us, Tuna.
See,
Jesus H.
I'll tell you one thing. Maybe I shouldn't say this yet, but I remember when I went behind your back and hired a co-host, I never had sex with her. Okay?
Maybe
So,
that's the
just
problem.
saying. Just saying. I feel like this is already, you're already biased, Earl.
Nuh-uh. Come on, Tuna. Step in there. Jeez. We're giving you the opportunity to speak up and say something.
He was addressing you.
It doesn't matter. You can get in there and say, hey, fuck you, Earl, or whatever. You got to
you,
say
Earl.
something. Jesus.
This does take practice. It's not as easy as it looks. That's what everybody tells me.
And Ricky, I'm sure Saul is getting ready to sue us if he's on the line.
Yeah,
So patch him through.
He's not
Maybe,
happy.
maybe
Probably
she can
not.
get. Maybe, maybe Saul can get Tuna talking here or whatever. I don't know. Saul
But,
talks a lot though too. He's worse than Leroy. It's almost like they're related.
put him through there, Rick. Hey, you're on Leroy and Earl show. What's up, Saul?
This isn't Saul Gurman.
Who is it?
This is Sean. This is Sean from Milton Keynes.
This doesn't sound like
Sean from Milton Keynes. It's been a long time. How's it going?
Oh, I've never been on your show, so how could it have been a long time?
Yes, you have. You have been on our show,
Bullshit.
Sean from Milton Keynes.
First time caller. You guys are an enigma.
A what?
You're an enigma.
You just called us the
Did she call
N-word?
me an N-word?
No, you're an enigma. Like, I listen to your show, and you're a bunch of bows.
We're a bunch of bajos?
Bows. But I like your show, so.
Hang up on this guy right now.
No,
No, sure.
Ricky, don't hang up on him. I've
Too
got
late.
some bones to pick with this guy. What's your
Is he
name?
still there?
Sean.
Sean?
Sean.
Sean?
Where are you from?
Milton Keynes.
Well, that's a
Milton Keynes?
coincidence. So, do you know Cassandra?
I do. I'm boning her.
Bullshit.
Okay.
You're not
Bullshit.
You're not boning her.
The hell I ain't.
Yeah, he might be. She sounded like that was up but no babies one, right?
Well, yeah.
All right,
It
hey,
makes sense. What are the odds that anyone else in England would be listening to the show? You know what I mean?
Right. What'd you call for, Sean?
Well, I called because I was working on this accent. It's not working at all. Not at all. Like, it's shitty. It sucks. Goodbye.
Is this Father James?
Are you there? Hello?
Is that Father James?
Lads, I'm sorry. I was fucking with you. That's Father James here.
I knew. I told you he had been on before.
What were you trying to do?
I was working on this accent earlier, and I had it down pat. I was in the pool. I was swimming. I was practicing the accent. It was sounding great. I was doing a Cockney accent. You know what I mean? You know what a Cockney
All right,
accent
try it again, Father James. Let's hear it again.
Oh, well, it's just not working. I don't know why.
Well, try it. I
All right,
kind of
I'll
liked it, but
all
let's
right,
just
Yeah,
practice.
just give it a shot.
Let's help
Give it a
him
shot.
practice. Hey, Tuna, shut your mouth.
Yes,
let's
quiet.
practice here.
Quit interrupting, Tuna. Damn it.
Quit interrupt, Tuna.
All right, Father James, try the Cockney accent again.
I was listening to your show, and you see, it sounds like Irish. I can't do it.
I
Damn
was
it. Hold on.
listening to your show.
Yeah, I'm gonna practice. Hold on. You guys are a bunch of bows. It's what I think about it. It's what I think. You guys are a bunch of
I like it.
bows. You guys are a bunch of bows.
So, you suck.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I can't do it.
No,
I can't do it.
Father James, if you weren't on the show already, I think that other accent would be perfect. But you know what I mean? You can only do so many voices, Father James.
Well, I think if I practice a little more, I might be able to fool you. I'll fool you. Next time Sean from Milton Keynes calls in, it won't be me. Okay.
Hey, Father James, did you know we had I wouldn't say a new co-host, but we got a third member to the party here, at least for the day, Tuna.
I've been listening to the show, and it's a little irritating how much she keeps interrupting you. You know, she should let you guys talk.
He's kidding. He's messing
Right,
around.
well,
Yeah,
in her ad, she did say she likes to do most of the work.
Oh boy, I tell you what, you got a live one there.
She's a filthy
I think Tuna is anxious a little bit. I mean, anybody would be on this caliber of a show, first time ever. Is this your first time ever doing a three-way
It is.
Podcast.
podcast? I mean, yeah. So we've been putting in these laws now, so it gives her a chance to talk, and then it's just like dead silent for a minute.
Right. It's the thing that will kill a podcast or radio show is dead air. So we've striven over the years not to have dead air, but
There it is.
there it is. Father James, do you have something you want to talk about?
I do. Weren't you going to have Saul Gorman do that?
Yeah, but you can do it.
All right, I'll do it. You boys, recently we were talking about podcast statistics, right? So I looked up, the latest statistics are out for the podcasting world, and I thought I might buoy your spirits by letting you know what's going on in the podcast stats world. What do you think about that, boys?
I think that sounds
That's good.
awesome. I was actually thinking about changing the name from podcast to something else, but, well, yeah, what do you have for us?
Okay, well, here it goes. There are, and all these numbers come from Apple, which, you know, whatever.
Hey,
So anyway,
James, hold on a second. It looks like
Sure.
Tuna has something to say.
Okay, go ahead, Tuna.
Nope, I was just licking my lips.
Oh, okay.
We're
Hey,
doing
Tuna,
a
if you're going to
podcast.
sit there and not say anything, you better get your boobies or something out.
No, that's not this kind of show.
You didn't pay me for that.
I don't see any problem with that. That's what you expected to do anyway. Jesus. Anyway, let me
Not
do
on
this.
camera.
Let me do this bit. There are 550,000 podcasts. Okay? That's the number now.
Even number like
well,
that?
I'm sure it's not exact because podcasts come and go. But when these numbers came out, there were 550,000 podcasts. There's 124 million people in the country that say they have listened to a podcast at least once. Okay? Now,
I already know where you're going with this, man.
there are 73 million people who say they have listened, and they do listen once a month to one show, one episode. There are 48 million. Now, this is where you boys come in. There are 48 million people that say they listen to a podcast once a week. Okay? Now, let me do the numbers for you.
I don't listen to a podcast once a week.
48 million people do, not you.
Yeah, what's that got to do with
This is
you?
where you boys come in.
No, I'm saying this is what I'm running. I ran the numbers for you because you do a weekly podcast, dickhole. Weekly.
Oh.
So listen. 48 million people listen once a week, and there's 550,000 shows. That means if the listeners are evenly divided amongst the shows, you all get 87 apiece. All right? Now, not last week's show, but the week before when you had Vixen on, guess how many downloads you had?
56.
87?
No, 72, but it was close. You almost got your share. I'm just saying, you almost got your share.
But regularly we have like 4.
Is that supposed to be uplifting?
Yeah, I thought you would, you got 72 downloads on one episode. And that's almost the share if they were evened out.
But like 5 million people listen to, or, whatever that, what was that one guy? Can't remember his name.
Yeah, I think it's not even there, Father James, because like there's shows that are really popular.
I know that. I know that.
Steal a big chunk. Hey, don't interrupt me! They steal a big chunk.
I thought you wanted to be interrupted.
By Tuna.
Only by Tuna.
Oh, sorry. I'm not good enough to interrupt you. I've been on this show since fucking goddamn day one, and I'm not good enough to interrupt you. But Tuna comes in, and she can interrupt whenever she wants.
Well, she doesn't take advantage of it very often or at all. Anyways, you were saying?
No, I was just saying, if it was even out, distributed evenly, what I'm trying to say is there's so many damn podcasts out there, you guys will never succeed. You should give up.
I thought it was supposed to be uplifting.
I lied.
He's right about that.
We should give up.
So how many listeners, Father James, if you're looking there, or Ricky or somebody, how many listeners do we have right now? At least 3, right? 4 if you count Father James?
Well, I'm not, there's nobody on Strange Label tonight.
What?
Right. Nobody's on Strange Label tonight. I don't know who's listening anywhere else. I'm not looking at YouTube. So, yeah. I don't really care anymore. For some reason, after last week's show, although it wasn't a bad show, but it was so... Father James, we're going to let you go.
All right, boys, take it easy. See you later, Tuna.
Later.
Earl.
Hey, see ya.
Yeah, suck it.
Father James. Yeah, fuck you. Listen, it's I knew this was coming, LeRoy. I knew when you bought that bass guitar and joined that band after doing that hippo video that you were gonna quit and you were gonna be like, I'm tired of this. It's just not working, and which is completely fine with me. I just want to let you know that.
Well, I was waiting till you bought the soundboard. 4th one. No, I'm not quitting. I'm not saying I'm gonna quit.
You're quitting.
There's an added stress with trying to get guests. You know what I mean? There's an added stress. We never had guests. We did this show for 1.5 years, and I don't think we had but maybe 2 or 3 guests that whole time. And people still love the show. Now, I understand guests make it better, and I'm not saying I'm going to give up trying to get guests. It just adds another thing that I have to worry about. I already can't freaking do this, all this stuff I'm doing here. I forgot to hit the record on the DAW, so now I got to fix that. I mean,
so we're not recording?
No, I hit it during the intro, but I forgot to hit it right at the beginning. So now I got to go back and redo the intro before I download the show. I'm just saying, the guest thing adds another bit of stress. So.
Well, I'm fine with leaving right now, so.
Jeez. Well, it is 8 o'clock. She said she's fine with leaving right now.
Well, LeRoy, I think you're doing a fine job with the guests and all that stuff.
She probably
I get
needs
it.
to
You're
get
taking
that-
on a lot, but this is your dream, man, and this is what you wanted, right?
I do. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just, it's a weird thing. I can't hardly put my finger on it. I love producing the show and making the show. It's just trying to have content that can be problematic. As you know, you understand. You know what I mean? You don't like to.
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
you,
I know.
you
We
hate
need
it.
somebody to help us with content.
hate
Also,
it.
I wanted to mention, we can do raffles on here too if you want. It's probably legal, but we can still do it if anybody's interested. I don't mean dirt bikes and stuff, but we could do cash raffles, whatever.
I have no idea how that would work. I mean, who's going to buy
Or
a
we
raffle
could do,
ticket?
it would work like this. We sell you a raffle ticket.
Who's
You gotta
going to buy
trust
a
us,
raffle
of
ticket?
course. What?
Who's going to buy a raffle ticket?
Our fans.
I'm just trying to figure out how that would work.
It would work like this, man. We'd be like, okay, here's this LCD TV that we're gonna raffle off. All right, it's gonna be $20 a buy.
What
ticket.
happened? You realize we have like 6 listeners, right?
Yes, but we've got the whole strange label people, so all of them have to pitch in. Somebody's gonna win themselves an LCD TV. Hey, man, you can't have no in your heart.
I'm not saying no. I don't understand how we would make any money off of that, or even not. Forget about making money. How does that help us? How do we not lose money? So what do you do if you're going to raffle off an LCD TV and you're selling tickets at $20 a pop and only 5 people buy tickets? You know what I mean?
It's like this. You don't do it until the raffle tickets are sold.
So is it
Or you steal the TV from your neighbor's house, raffle that off, and it's pure profit.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess that'll work. Steal the TV.
She speaks.
She interrupts.
All right, I'm looking up something right now to raffle ticket here. TV.
So Tuna, while he's looking that up, so you had no idea this was a podcast.
No clue.
Okay. So now that you've been on the podcast, what do you think? It's kind of a little bit nerve-wracking, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little anticlimactic.
I think you had a climactic earlier, didn't you?
Shut up.
One of us did.
Tuna, it's like this. You're right. We need to groove. I think it sounds like maybe you're like in a bedroom or something like that. Maybe if you had the studio feel, maybe a couple beers. Really, I would love to take this to the next level and get a studio and just, even if it was just a freaking hangout spot.
She needs a mic. You need a microphone when you're podcasting. You got to feel like you're on the radio and you're doing a radio show, not just hanging out in
Yeah,
bed
I
with
feel like
headphones.
an observer.
Right, and you got earbuds instead of actual headphones, and I'm assuming you're just using the mic on your laptop,
Right.
which isn't bad. The audio quality is pretty decent, actually, better than a lot of our guests. But yeah.
All right, back to this raffle thing here that we're doing. We only need to sell, okay, we can raffle off hold on a second. We can raffle off a smart TV, 32-inch LCD Roku Suite. You got Netflix, you got Hulu, you can watch ESPN, Amazon Video, Prime, all that good stuff on a 32-inch LCD TV. We only need to sell maybe 8 tickets, so at $20 a piece. I don't know if you like to gamble. I like to gamble when the odds are 1 in 8.
Okay, what about the fact that if people did buy these tickets, they might be in California? What if Vixen bought one and she won? So
She
it costs
can get
50
one. We ship it right to her, buddy. I'm looking at it on Amazon.
That's what I'm saying. Are you going to account for the shipping cost?
It's included. I have Prime.
I am definitely not saying no. I'm trying to wrap my mind around how this helps us.
Okay,
How this helps us.
so as soon as the raffle was done, all I would have to do is place the order, put the customer's address and name in my order, and it would be
understand.
shipped to them within 2 days.
I understand how shipping works. Jeez,
Well, then why are you
I'm
asking?
saying how does it help our show? Number one, who's gonna
It's fun.
Okay, who's gonna do all the promotions? Me, right? Are you going to do any promote? You don't even get on Twitter and Facebook.
You want to do this fucking show or not, man? Because you're pissing me off here. All right? You got to create your own economy. Your show, Leroy and Earl, needs to be its own economy, all right? You need to get movement in here. You need to get people involved. And if that means selling 8 friggin' raffle tickets to 4 of your fans, then you got to do that for $20 a piece. Now, if you didn't do the math already, that leaves us with $10 extra, okay? That $10 can be dropped into the fund, which will help the show. $10 is more than we've ever gotten.
Hey, we get $9.56 a month from our shift heads.
Some people like, that's awesome, by the way. Some people just like to gamble, buddy. You know how many people Discount Wheelies has had people since he's done that guy did that Discount Wheelies thing last week?
What?
Where he raffled off the bike?
Right.
Well, he raffled off the bike, and people were contacting him now. Hey, when are you doing your next raffle? Hey, man, other people were contacting him. Hey, can we do a raffle with you? I got guns. We'll raffle off guns and dirt bikes. This is what the guy told me. So what I'm saying is we can copy off of that. People will want to come on the show just to see if they won, right?
Well, I would be great. That would be great. Put it together.
It's together.
All right, do it. So we're going to do a raffle. What are we raffling off?
We are raffling off I'm going to send you the link right now so you can put it up there.
All right, send it to me. We're going to raffle off a TV, $20 a ticket. Now, how do they pay us? PayPal? Just go to our website.
PayPal. And you got to send it as a friend or we get taxed on it.
What do you mean?
I think you should run the legalities of this by some woman.
There's nothing legal about the show. Fuck legalities. Right. But thank you for chiming in there. We appreciate that.
That's a good idea.
Chime in to get
like
shut down.
This does, well, that's this show. It does seem like there would be a legal issue. I mean, I might be completely off base, but
let me tell you this: every club does raffles. That's how they keep their club members interested. The police do it. Now they're not going to get arrested, but the police do it at their lodge. Their lodge members. You know the Legion of Apes, the Legion of Ape thing or whatever that you see.
Did you see Legion of Apes?
The American Legion of Apes do it. They do raffles, and I'm talking people win $3 grand, $4 grand at these places, and people pay premium to be a part of this. So some people just want to be a part of gambling their money, and they are better odds. You think your money is better spent on a freaking 1 in a million odds ticket, or?
Well, let me ask you this: is there a minimum amount of tickets that need to be sold?
I'm gonna say no. There is minimum amount. Yeah, minimum amount, 8 tickets.
Okay, so what happens if we sell 6 tickets and like weeks go by and nobody's buying anymore? Then what? What about these? What about the money that those people sent us?
Well,
I'm just trying to figure this out.
Okay, yeah, it's $130, so I'm not freaking out. Okay, I will do this. If we only sell 6 tickets, I will buy the other 2 tickets.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So, if you're watching on YouTube right now, there it is. It's a TCL 32-inch 720p Roku Smart LED TV that the Leroy and Earl show will be raffling off. So, again, how do they pay us?
PayPal. You can go. You have a PayPal, right? Leroy and Earl has a PayPal account?
It does, yeah. Go to the website, LeRoyandEarl.com, and there's a donate button, which is buried at the bottom of the screen, and I'll have to change that. So it's high time I redid the website anyway, so I'll change that around, and yeah, let's do this. We're doing a raffle.
Throw the picture of the TV up there now. I'm excited because I would really want this for in here.
It is up there. It's right there up right now on YouTube.
But Dildano, all your biker buddies that are listening, everybody on Strange Label, we need you guys to chime in and get on this train here because this helps you, not just us, all right? Because we're part of Strange Label.
They don't care.
They don't care, but we could have went with anybody. We could have went with anybody. Well, no, we had to go Strange Label, but we went back to Strange Label after we left you guys so rudely years ago. We need your guys' help. $20 a ticket, 8 sold max.
So 8 sold, $20 a ticket, and you can just buy your ticket if you donate at our website, LeRoyandEarl.com, and just in the notes put raffle ticket.
Yes, and actually, if you could see it here. Can you see it
Yep.
there? I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
tell because I'm
Yep.
on a
Raffle.
different screen here.
And raffle tickets?
These are the raffle tickets here. They're ready to go, and we will put them in this box here. That happens to be a
Whoa.
picture of me and Tuna at the photo booth in the coal mine there. But we'll put them in this box here, and then we'll shake it all about. And then we'll pull your name. 1 in 8 odds. That's pretty good.
Hey, Mr. Leroy. I mean, Mr. Earl.
I'm Earl.
I'm starting to get a feeling that you knew this Tuna person before tonight. You said you act like that's you didn't know her, but I think you did. I think you banged her already.
Hey, Ricky, quit interrupting. How about that, first of all?
Hey, Mr. Earl. I got a big one.
Shut up.
Hey, anyways, we can do it, man. Have faith in the show, but I know you're gonna quit on us, but have
I am
faith
not.
in the show.
No, why are you saying that?
Because I know you, man. I know
No.
you're like a brother.
But what makes you think I'm going to quit?
Because I can tell how you do, man. I know how you do.
Give me an example.
Game night.
No, I mean, come on, you quit game night too. We both did that, and you
Right,
quit the
but what
show.
I'm saying is, example.
What am
I
I
just know, I
doing?
just know you, man.
What am I doing right now that makes you think that I would
You're
quit?
like, yeah, man, I'm back into playing guitar and stuff. Well, when you have too many even though it's fun, it's still another
not-
stressor. It's one more thing for you to do. Okay, so this is great and fine and dandy when the show's doing good, but when it's not doing good and you have all these stressors, you're gonna opt out.
Well,
Probably-
doing good is is up to somebody's definition, right? So here's the thing. Oh, nothing. All right. So anyway, look, I already told the band I can't practice on Wednesday night. I'm dedicated to doing this show. I would not quit now after me dragging you, kicking and screaming, 4 soundboards later, into the show. We have some loyal fans. We got, our downloads are up. They are going up very slowly, but they're going up. And in 2 weeks from tonight,
All
we're
right,
going
well,
to do
mark my words, we will have sold these tickets within probably at least a month, hopefully sooner. Let's. I have it on good authority that somebody sold almost $800+ of tickets in 1 week. So I think we can sell $130 worth of tickets.
I feel like it's a little different. Only because I think
it is not different because
Well,
if I
listen.
need to employ that network, I will.
I think Discount Wheelies already had more people looking
Bigger
at them.
fan base.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's only been running since March. We've been running since March of 2001.
It's sad, really sad.
All right, hey,
Come
ladies
on.
and gentlemen,
I
get a
wanna
hold
know
of
who's wasting our
Leroy
time.
there.
Yeah.
Um,
I will do the legwork to promote it on Facebook and Twitter. And so it's 8 tickets. It's not a time thing.
no, it's not a time thing. Although I'm not gonna let it go very long.
Okay.
Like with the discount wheelies, it was what was it, 45 tickets. I went ahead and pulled it at 40 tickets because it's not always about the money, man. It's about having fun. You know what I
Well,
mean?
actually, yeah. I mean, I would be doing this to get listeners, not to make money. It's not about making money.
Yeah, we don't care about making money, and we're not gonna. When I say I buy my own tickets, that would be I wouldn't put my own ticket in. So if that came down to it, then that would just be your gain, my loss.
Right. So you, I, and Tuna are not eligible.
We are not eligible now. Dildano,
Dr. Brown.
Dr. Brown, frick, who was that lady we spoke to last time?
Vixen. We got Vixen,
Vixen,
Kaya, Songbird Wren,
Kaya,
The Face of Dave,
Cameron Reedy,
anybody at Strange Label, anybody who wants to buy a raffle ticket to
yeah,
win
the
this
ventriloquist guy and all of his dolls.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, anybody but us in the studio here is eligible.
All right, we are way over time. It's 8:15. Tuna, thanks for coming to the orgy. The podcast.
Thanks for having me.
And you're welcome anytime you'd like. But you got to get her set up. You got to get a studio set up.
Yeah, I tried to do that. It's kind of hard because, realistically, you know, I'm in a small room here, and we would have bleed through on the mics.
Well, you could give it a try. You've got a directional mic there. It should work. It should actually work.
Can you hear me right now?
Say again. Yeah. So maybe that mic isn't very directional. Don't you still have an SM57?
This is the SM57 that I'm on right now.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I know what an SM57 looks like, and that's not an SM57.
Motherfucker! You want to see it?
Did you change?
What does that say on there?
Well, wait till it focuses.
Besides LeRoy's a dick.
That's not.
Here, hold on a second.
You got another mic. Don't you have another mic?
This is a sure SM57, man.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Well, I borrowed your SM57. I had it for like a year. And
this is
didn't look like
you're
that.
right. I have that one too, but this is the same mic, except this is a 57A.
Okay, that other one is very directional. So anyway,
So is
whatever.
this one, you dickhole.
Whatever. Jeez. Crawl out of my ass.
H. Christ.
Crawl out of my ass. All right, this has been the LeRoy and Earl Show. We are the Adult Cartoon Podcast, and I guess we're raffling off a TV, so go to LeRoyandEarl.com, and I guess that's something I'll have to take care of. So,
one more
guys,
thing I got there.
I'm LeRoy, and I gotta do all the work around here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm what I expected.
Thanks for listening. This has been the Adult Cartoon Podcast, and we're live every week on the Strange Label Podcast Network at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch the show live on YouTube, so that's how it goes.
Hey guys. I'm not afraid to remove this mask.
This is
I'll do
Chaz,
it, just watch.
and I just won a TV.
3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna watch so much gay porn on it.
The mask is off. The game is
Yeah,
over.
baby, take that mask off.
Well, that was dumb. Sorry, shift hits.
What?
I thought that would be funny, but it wasn't.
Yeah, what looks? I mean,
Was that the thing that you tried earlier that didn't work out too?
Yeah, kind of.
You're listening to the LeRoy and Earl Show.
All right, we'll be back next week live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here at strangelabel.com.
Hello. Hello.
What? Who's that?
Hey, turn the fucking music down right now.
Who's this?
This is all going on. Why the hell was I not on the show tonight?
Sorry, man. We had Father James come on to do that bit.
You told me I was doing that bit. And I'll tell you what, you guys, this raffle thing, no. You guys are going to jail. You'll do time. I promise you.
Screw you.
Worth it, man.
It ain't going to be worth it when you do time. Hard time.
How do you know, man?
You'll
Have you
do
ever
5 to
done
10.
time?
It's interstate gambling. You can't interstate gamble. Look it up.
We're gambling and we're
What?
not on a road. We're nowhere near the freeway.
Intrastate, not interstate. Listen, you guys hired me as your lawyer. You screwed me tonight, gave Father James my bit, and now you
Well, you
expect...
haven't even got me my money from the whole thing when we sued LeRoy.
What money? That money went to me.
Yeah, you said you were gonna give me money. I gave you $1,000 retainer fee.
And that was
And-
my retainer fee. I got that pro boner.
Well,
Right.
whatever, man. You should have took him for everything he was worth, and you didn't get me anything.
Well, sorry, but that's irregardless of what's going on with this raffle.
It's not a word. Even Earl knows that.
Listen, I'm not a freaking grammar teacher. I'm a lawyer, and I know the law, and I know if you do an intrastate gambling, you're gonna do hard time. You'll
Well, how
do a
about you
nickel.
do your effing job there, Saul Gorman?
You'll do a
and
nickel at Shawshank.
File the
Ain't no
extensions or
Shawshank.
whatever you need to do to keep us out of the pokey, all right?
Look, I've been keeping your asses out of the pokey for a long time, but I'm telling you, Shawshank is waiting for you, and you'll do a nickel. Leroy will do less because he's black, but you'll do a full nickel, Earl.
You know that's bullshit. You know. Wait, you're right. If it's
Just
money
saying.
related,
Right.
you black people do less time.
Now, if there's a gun involved, he's gonna do a dime, but there's no guns, right?
No, this is a raffle.
All right, I'm just calling in to bitch about the fact you gave my freaking bid away, and anyway, I gotta go. I got some stuff to do. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.
See ya.
All right, don't forget to buy a ticket.
Yeah, make sure you buy a ticket. This is the Leroy and Earl Show.
LeRoyandEarl.com.
Push on, shove, it don't mean much. Blue on black, tears on a river. Push on a shove, don't mean much. Joker on Jack, match on a fire. Cold on ice, a dead man's touch. Whisper on a scream, never change a thing. Doesn't bring you back. It's blue on black. Yeah, blue on black.
I love Ricky Dixon.
You always got to get that in once, don't you?
Yes.
Alrighty. We're still live on the YouTube here, and I'm going to go off live here in a second. Thanks for watching, idiots. Buy a raffle ticket.